Well, good morning, YouTube friends and family, and welcome to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So first, I apologize about the lack of a Wednesday morning video. I did a video. Oh yeah, I did a video, but it became corrupted, would not download from the cloud, therefore I could not upload it to YouTube. So I will be redoing that video in the days and weeks to come because several of you have asked, would I do a what I eat in a day video based on my eating plan, which is code for diet. So I literally, I'm so bummed about this video. I literally filmed all day one day, did all the nutritional analysis, you know, everything for y'all. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, so anyway, stay tuned. When I have a day that I have the time to do it, I will be doing that. So before we get into today's video, we're going to be doing something really cool. I'm going to go ahead and share something that I had shared on the corrupted video. So for those of you who have been asking about protein supplements and some different things, I do want to share this with you. So as y'all know, I'm not a good meat eater, right? I have increased protein needs because I'm healing from a number of pelvis fractures, and I've also had some bone implanted into my jaw in preparation for dental implants, which I'm so excited because I have 2 teeth to get. I get one tomorrow and one probably later this month, and then I will be all done. So anyway, I use Lady Boss Lean. I've shared that before, but I wanted to try another supplement, if you will. Yes, Frankie, come here, puppy. He's having a little bit of a meltdown because I wouldn't let him sit on the counter. I bought, let me show y'all. So I bought a cantaloupe, and I really have to cut it because it's already starting to mildew, but every time I move it, he cries because this is his buddy and he likes to get on the counter and sit with it. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste food because the cat's in love with a cantaloupe, just saying. Okay, back to the subject. So I wanted to do something that would also benefit like hair, skin, nails, joints, all of that. And I know collagen, which is a building block, which helps with our flexibility and helps our hair, skin, and nails. It decreases as we become mature. And at 60, I need to supplement my collagen. So I came across this product, and in full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this with my own money. I'm going to share a coupon code with you if you're interested in ordering, and I will receive a small amount of compensation if you choose to order, and I think it's actually credit if I want to order more, which I will definitely be doing. So the company name is Obvi. It comes in this so cute jug, and the flavor I got was unicorn milk. What I love about this is it's 20 grams of protein, but it also has 5 grams of collagen for a 120 calorie scoop. And this is so cute, guys. See how it has like little sprinkles in it? That's why it's called unicorn milk, I guess. It's a delicious, fruity flavored drink. It is sweeter in my taste opinion than what Lady Boss Lean is. This is not a protein supplement I would consider adding fruit and veg to. It's great just plain added to almond milk. You can also do it with water. So I've been using that. The other product I totally love is the Obvi Collagen Protein. Now this has a lot less protein, but a lot more collagen. So 9 grams of protein, 10 grams of collagen, and it's just white, but oh my goodness. I am obsessed with pre-sweetened cereals. It's one of my weaknesses. So this came in fruity cereal, i.e. Fruit Loops, and I can tell you it's delicious. 35 calories for a scoop. Very satisfying, very sweet. So if you have a sweet tooth like moi, it's a great little snack to have. And then the last product I'm going to share with you, and I will tell you, I have not taken this particular product long enough to know. And I also wanted to use the other products to make sure I felt like it brought benefit. Otherwise, why share it, right? but my hair is shinier, my nails are growing. I can really tell a big difference since I've been adding the collagen. And that is the Collagen Burn. Now this is a diet product. It has 5 types of collagen, helps to grow your hair, skin, and nails. You're supposed to take 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules with lunch. I am a little bit sensitive to anything that has a type of caffeine in it. So I've only been taking 1 capsule a day. Today's the first day I've tried 2 in the morning. What I can tell you is it does not give me jitters. It does not give me heart palpitations. It doesn't give me the shakes. I really like it, and I think it gives you great energy without the crash. I'm not having the, I need something. So I like that aspect of it, and no jitters. It has, oh gosh, I I can't read this without some reading glasses, so I will grab those when I take a little break here, and I will tell you what's in it that gives you the energy, so in full disclosure. So I will leave the website and the coupon code for 15% off if you would choose to order down in the description box below. And I want to tell you, they didn't reach out to me. I tried this product on my own. I actually saw an ad on Facebook, just to be completely transparent about it, and I wanted to try it, and it's worked so well for me. I thought I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they will give me a discount that you all could use. So the discount code is WELLNESSHOME, all one word, all caps. But again, I'll drop that as well in the description box. So over here I have my dishes soaking in some soapy hot water with a little splash of bleach, just to disinfect everything. I'm gonna get my dishes washed up, and then we're gonna get started with today's project. So I'm super excited about this, guys. So my sweet, sweet neighbor not only brought me the flowers here, she also brought me a big batch of freshly cut, organically grown rhubarb. So today we're going to be using, I think, a cookbook that a lot of you may already have, the Amish Canning Cookbook. And we're gonna make some old-fashioned rhubarb jam, and we're going to use the powdered pectin. So stay tuned. I'm gonna wash up my dishes, and then we'll get to chopping rhubarb and talking about the recipe. Okay, so glasses on, now I can read this. It does have anhydrous caffeine, and it also has Garcinia extract, which I know some people are sensitive to. So bear that in mind. This is not, you know, an absolute, but I do think the proteins are great substitutes. So let me take these glasses off because they make me sick when I try to walk around and look far away. But, you know, when you get to that certain age and you can't see anymore, you got to wear the glasses. So stay tuned. All right, well, let's get started on our recipe. So what it calls for is 6 cups prepared rhubarb, 1 package of powdered pectin, 8.5 cups of sugar. So I will be checking and tasting rather than to just blindly add 8 cups of sugar. But rhubarb, if you've never had it before, is quite tart. A lot of people like to mix it with strawberries, but this is going to be a tried and true only rhubarb jam. My son loves rhubarb, so I want to have some for him as well. So how do we prepare our rhubarb? So we're going to cut the rhubarb into 1/2-inch pieces, add 1/4 cup of water, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So it says about a pound. So I'm terrible at measuring, guys. So probably what I will do is just cut up what I think is a pound, and I will weigh it. So I'm gonna clear off my cutting board here. I've already washed this very well, and I've tried to remove all of the little leaves and stems and such. And what I have here is my earth cycle, and I can try to find a link for you. I've had this for a long time, but it's a little compost bin, and it has charcoal filters in the lid. So even if you are not emptying it into your compost pile or whatever you do with it on a very frequent basis, I've never had a problem with odor from it. So I do love that thing. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy knife from my son. This thing is the bomb. It is the Mercer knife. And what I like about it is if you have like a whole bunch of prepping to do, you're not going to be spending hours. It's a super sharp knife. Just works really, really well. So probably should leave the lid off, but don't want any odor. So here we go. I'm just going to slice this small. And, you know, we are going to cook this up on the stove. I've already washed my jars, rings, and lids. My jars are in the electric canner over here. I can never do this backwards here. My lids and rings, although technically they say you no longer need to heat them, I still do that because I just feel better. And I think it softens the rubber compound and you will have better success with your seals if you still heat them. So anyway, that's what I've done. And in full disclosure, you guys, you'll know I'm very, very human when you hear this. So yesterday, I've had an extremely busy past couple weeks. Y'all, thank you for your kind comments on my mom, too. I've had a lot of things to do with and for my mother, appointments and such. So I have not been home like this. I am so excited about today because I'm home all day. Anyway, I digress. Yesterday, I had totally planned to do this video for you. Now, I know I had to go out in the afternoon, so I actually did all the jar prep and all of that, got everything out yesterday. So, my back was hurting, and for those of you who are newer to my channel, I've had 4 major spine surgeries. So I do have a lot of back pain. So every hour or two, usually every 2 hours, I have to lay down. And I do that instead of just taking pain medication. And usually I can get it to ease up and then get back to work. So I thought I need to lay down before I start doing the rest of the video. Yeah, I woke up 2 hours later. So I obviously needed the sleep. I was very, very tired from all the running, and I'm not a good sleeper anyway. So yeah, that's why I didn't have a substitute video. I'm also working, for those of you who've been watching along, I'm working on finalizing my Vanity video. So the Vanity is done, little spoiler alert. However, I've ordered a mirror called a Hollywood mirror, which is just a mirror with light bulbs around it. And it was supposed to have been here Monday. Yeah, no, didn't end up coming. So I tried to cancel the order and they're like, oh no, you may not cancel the order because we're preparing it for shipment. Really? Because you're 2 days behind when it should have been here, but whatever. I'm gonna give it just a bit longer and hope that it comes because a lot of research before I chose that particular mirror. So I was wanting to wait to do the, shall we say, reveal video and put all the pieces and parts of the video I've done up till now. I was wanting to wait until the actual mirror got here, but I have not had good video luck lately, guys. I just have not. So I'm just cutting off like the cut ends of this where it was harvested, and I'm going to continue slicing. This is beautiful, beautiful rhubarb. Smells delicious. So I'm hoping it'll taste as good as it smells. My son is a rhubarb lover. He likes even just rhubarb pie. But what I thought might be cool, he's really into barbecuing, and for part of his Christmas, I got him a smoker, so he's an excellent chef. And I thought, well, you know, a little rhubarb jam sometimes, a little tart with the richness of barbecue. Because not all smoked meats have barbecue sauce. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So he doesn't know I'm doing this unless he's gonna watch. But I think he'll enjoy having some. If there's more of this than what I need for the jam, I was thinking I might just cook it up and then vacuum seal it and put it in my freezer so I would have just like some straight up cooked rhubarb that I could then later make pies or maybe make like a rhubarb applesauce or something out of. And guys, I apologize. I suspect you can hear my text going crazy. That happens. That happens. So, changing topics here as I chop away. Leave me a comment below. Is this like the craziest spring y'all have ever been through? I have lived in Ohio. Woo, caught that just in time. My entire life. I don't ever remember. First of all, I thought it was suspect that our frost-free date moved to May 15th, but they were spot on because I am telling you, we had a heavy, heavy frost, and today is May 12th, last night. So, last night is supposedly the last frost we're gonna have. Just to be a little careful, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to start planting my garden. Thankfully, my seedlings are huge and they're doing great, so no worries there. But my goodness, I have never planted my garden this late, so I'm glad I didn't, because even if I would have covered it, the frost was so heavy, I'm sure it would have like stunted them, and they're used to being on a heating mat in a nice warm house with a grow light every day. So yeah, I don't want to stress them out because I want lots of good fresh vegetables. I've missed, probably the thing I've missed the most is tomatoes. You know, you can buy tomatoes in the store, but I use that term loosely because they aren't all that, believe me. Okay. Well, I'm sure you've all seen chopping before, so you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm just cutting them up into really small pieces. So let me finish cutting this up, and I do want to weigh it, and I'll get back with you when we are ready to start adding the water and the lemon juice and cooking it down. So stay tuned. All right, well, I do have all of my rhubarb cut up, and I ended up with a little bit over 2 pounds. So I'm gonna double what it says for cooking the rhubarb. So let me review with you what it is. If you have 1 pound of rhubarb, you cook it in 1/2 cup of water and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm sorry, 1/4 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm using 1/2 cup of water, 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm just using the bottled lemon juice. I always keep that on hand in case I want to do some sort of a canning project in winter. So yeah, it's good to have it on hand, as well as the powdered pectin. So I'm going to be using Sure Gel today because that's just what I happen to have on hand. So now what we're going to do is put this all in a pot, bring it to a boil, simmer gently, covered until very soft, stirring occasionally. So I'm going to get started with that. I'll bring you back to show you what it looks like when it gets simmering and starts to soften a bit. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we've moved over here to the stove, and it's so crowded here with all this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and flip on my canner and actually, let's see, back burner. Get my lids toasty here. This cooked up so quickly. I did bring it to a full and rolling boil, but it's kind of like almost like an applesauce consistency now. So it really cooked up quickly. So I'm gonna let it hang out just a little bit longer till I'm sure all of it is cooked up very, very soft, and then we'll get to making the actual jam part of it. Okay guys, full disclosure. I gave you part of the recipe for using powdered, part for liquid pectin. I checked, I don't have any liquid pectin on hand. So let me clarify. So what the recipe for powdered pectin called for was 4 pounds of rhubarb, approximately, that you prepare. And you cut it up add 2.25 cups of water. So I just added the additional water, a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which we had put 6 tablespoons, which is a 1/4 cup. So we were good there. So I've got that all cooked down. And what I have here is actually 7 cups of prepared fruit, and it says start with 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my box of Sure Gel as it calls for, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon. And in the jar, I have the Ball brand. It doesn't matter. It's all powdered pectin and it'll work fine. So we're going to do that. We're going to bring it to a full rolling boil. Then we're going to start adding our sugar. Once it is in a full rolling boil and we've got all the sugar that we've decided we need in there, we're going to boil it for 4 minutes. Then our jelly will be ready to put into the jars and process. My apologies, guys. I'm human. And yeah, I take a little break from filming, although I feel like I've been filming nonstop. And I goof up, so I do apologize to y'all. So stay tuned. Since I've been so confusing, I thought I would bring you over here to the stove. So we have our 7 cups, even though it calls for 6, of the crushed fruit or the cooked fruit and water. And what I'm going to add to it first is the powdered pectin. So this is 1 envelope of Sure Gel with an additional tablespoon of pectin out of the Ball brand. And I do want this jam to be pretty firm, because I'm thinking it might be good to put a spoon of that on some smoked meat, that my son would enjoy it that way. So I don't want it like super runny. I want it a little bit more firm than maybe average jam. Okay. So we've got our pectin stirred in. So it says bring it to a full rolling boil over high heat, stirring constantly. So, y'all, this just has not been my day, but I'm gonna persevere, right? So, when I was cooking it, the fruit itself, there was a little spillover incident, so please don't judge the cleanliness of my stove because it's too hot to clean. But we're gonna bring it to a full rolling boil, and then we're gonna add the sugar. So what I have here are some tasting spoons, because, I mean, obviously I'm going to gift and share this. I don't want my slobber in the jam. So no double dipping today. I try to be very cautious and all that. And sometimes y'all point out that I do this or that wrong, but you know, we're all human, right? Okay. This looks lovely. It looks like applesauce. So I can feel it starting to stiffen a little bit, so that's a good sign, because when we add all that sugar, it's gonna liquefy. So I kind of perused some of the other recipes that I like for jam, and I have to tell you that's probably not too much sugar. I mean, and it is jam. It's not like we're eating cups of it at a time, right? So what I did was I measured out 8 cups of sugar. I'm gonna start with that and hope that that is sweet enough, but yet still allows that beautiful rhubarb bitterness bite to shine through. I'm really interested to know, do any of you like rhubarb? Have you ever had it? I'm surprised at the number of people who have never tried rhubarb. I've always loved it. And I'm kind of with my son. I like plain rhubarb pie versus strawberry rhubarb. To me, it imparts a bitterness to the strawberries that I would not expect in a pie, so I just like plain old rhubarb. Okay, so a full rolling boil is a boil that you can't stir down. You do want to make sure that you don't scorch it, so keep on stirring. We are there. That kills me to put this much table sugar in a recipe, but again, everything in moderation, right? So for those of you who had asked for the video where I'm sharing what I eat, I promise you I will get that done. But I want to tell you, I mean, there are certain things I stay away from and I will not eat just when I'm trying to strictly diet, because if I start, then I get way off track. So sugar, like concentrated sweets, let's say it that way. That's one thing I won't partake in, all the things I love, right? But if I want jam on toast, I have jam on toast. It just all goes into my nutrition app that I have on my phone. It's linked to my Fitbit. Okay, good. Now we've got all of our sugar dissolved. Maybe y'all can see good enough. And what we're going to do is bring it back to that full rolling boil, and we're going to time it for 4 minutes. So I'm going to have y'all stay with me here just till it comes to a full rolling boil. I'm really anxious to get outside, guys. That helps my weight loss efforts tremendously. And I know I get out of shape in the winter because I don't do as much. And with COVID, the gym that I've always used, even just to do walking, guys, it's good for you. You know, it's good for your heart. Studies have shown brisk walking is every bit as good for your heart as running without the same joint damage. So, but with the gym not being available through COVID, I'm probably going to struggle a little bit when I start doing outside work. I've done some, not a ton. So, okay, we're starting to kind of come up to a boil, and you can see I've got a little bit of foam on the top. Can y'all see that? So you can skim it off because it makes for a prettier jelly. You can add a pat of butter, which is probably what I'm going to do, and then I'll just skim off anything remaining. And it takes it a while to come up to a boil because we just added 8 cups of something, you know, fairly room temperature. So and I stir with one hand and taste with the other. Let's see. That's perfect. It's kind of got that sweet tart. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't add more sugar. I'd rather have more fruit than more sugar, so yeah. And I can hear my electric canner. If you hear a rumbling in the background, it's starting to come up to temperature. So that's a happy thing. I also want to get busy and do some more cleaning videos for y'all because those were very well received. And I love doing them, and it's something I have to do anyway. And it's not that I haven't been cleaning, it's just that I haven't been filming while I clean. So this isn't going to be like a lovely red color jam. I am not adding any food coloring. I don't do that. It's bad enough it has 8 cups of sugar in it, but yeah, it's gonna be like a brown color. Kind of like apple pie filling is what it reminds me of, honestly, or applesauce with cinnamon. So since this is taking a minute, y'all know how to make a pot boil. Boil it for 4 minutes, then take it off the heat, and I'll bring you back at that point. Okay, we ended up with 11 jelly jars, 4-ounce jars, with just like a tiny bit left. But I want to show you the consistency. This is still quite hot, so it's going to firm up. It's perfect. So into the canner they go. I am going to let them come up to a full boil. Then I will start the timing. You need to check your altitude. If you're at 1,000 feet or below, it's 10 minutes. Turn off the canner, 5-minute rest period, or if you're using a canner on the stove, same deal. So I will bring you back when we're all finished and we have our jars out of the canner. So stay tuned. Our beautiful rhubarb jam is now out of the canner. 11 quarter pints or 4-ounce jelly jars. 1 has already sealed. 2 have sealed. Hear that great noise? And I tell you guys, this has not been my week for filming. So I accidentally turned it off when I was filling the jars. Ping, instead of turning it on. So what I got was a bunch of grunting and groaning, another seal. So there's not the part of the video that shows me filling the jars. My purpose here isn't to teach you how to can. It's to show you different things you can make when you can. So these I'm sure will seal. What I will do is I will be leaving them on the countertop with the rings on, undisturbed, for 24 hours. Then I will remove the rings, wash up the jars in case there's any residue on the jar. I will label and date them, and they will go in my long-term pantry. And then one jar for sure will go to my neighbor, and I'm going to say their names. Carol and Dawn, thank you so much for the rhubarb. This is delicious, and y'all are going to enjoy a jar, and I really appreciate the gift of the rhubarb. So leave me a comment below. Would you try making rhubarb jam? Have you ever had rhubarb? I'm just amazed at the number of people who have not. If you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to leave me a comment below. I love reading each and every one of your comments. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos on gardening. So my plan today is, after I finish with the dentist tomorrow, the next 3 days I'm going to be spending them outdoors, working in my flower beds, but actually getting my garden in the ground. So stay tuned. And as always, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and I'll see y'all later this week. Take care.